New collection pickups. Let's get into it. All right, it's gonna be a fun video today. It's also gonna be a little bit different video than what we typically do. Rest assured, we're still gonna open packs and we're still gonna try and pull fire as we are accustomed to doing on the channel, but also have some other things that I wanna talk about just in the hobby from a collection standpoint. New cards we picked up. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna do today. So let's just get right into it here. We are gonna be opening 10 packs to warm up. We're gonna be doing 5 packs of Azure at Sea, and then we're gonna be doing 5 packs of Ursula's Return. And the reason I say that is because with Ursula's Return, there's a new card that has spiked in price, and we are gonna try and pull it. But first, let's get into Azure at Sea and see if we can finally pull an Enchanted. That would be very, very nice, but any Enchanted will break the curse. Mickey, wait, hold on a sec. Promo, but not promo, right? Exactly, yeah. Mickey into Lilo and into Lead the Way. One other thing I want to call out as I'm kind of opening packs, I always take the warm-up session to like kind of call things out, make announcements, channel announcements, things like that. Just know that for this, I think you're going to be watching this video right now on Thursday. That would be my guess. For the Sunday video, just know that there's going to be a giveaway. On Sunday, there's going to be a giveaway, and you might say like, yeah, but that makes sense. Like you do giveaways all the time, which we do. Obviously, we love doing that for y'all. But for most of you who watched our last video, you would know that we also did a giveaway in there where we gave away the Costco Inklands bundle. If you haven't watched that video, or if you haven't seen that video, you skipped it, it's all good. Go check it out, get in the giveaway, go do all the things, make that happen. But typically, and if you're a worn-in shoe to the channel, you would know that with the giveaways, typically we do them every 3 episodes. This time we're gonna do one kind of slightly quicker than what we typically do. I'm gonna announce the giveaway winner on Sunday. Once again, a little quicker. Really, long story short, it's just a scheduling thing, and we would never really want to do anything that is like if we adjust anything on the fly. Let's go. Dude, oh my gosh. I don't think I have this in cold foil. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yes. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And of course, that's the last card because it's a cold foil and we don't have it. Man, I gotta recollect myself. I'm gonna focus up here. For the Sunday video, we'll announce giveaway winner for the Costco bundle. Go get in that giveaway. Quicker than we usually do things, but long story short, scheduling, and we'll do things a little quicker and do a giveaway quicker than we usually do as opposed to longer, because if we're gonna adjust things, it's gonna be something that helps you. Long story short. Anyway, be on the lookout Sunday. We're gonna have a fun opening. I am super excited about Sunday's video. Not that I'm not excited about this video too. I'm pretty much excited for any video because I get to get on here and rip packs and chat with y'all and talk about what's on my mind and stuff like that. And the things that just are rattling around up here that I really don't have any other creative outlet for other than to chat about them in front of a camera in an empty room and then hope that that y'all respond back. I mean, that's all I got. But anyway, that's all good stuff there. Going into our last pack of Azure at Sea, no Enchanted, but impossible to say I'm disappointed. Like that to say that would be. It would just be disrespectful. It would, and so we wouldn't dare say that. We are excited about something like that. When you pull a card you've never pulled before, I really don't care what that is. I mean, honestly, even if it is the first set, even if it is your first time opening the set, for instance, like when we open up Arcasia's Island, it's like we haven't pulled any of those cards, but like that in and of itself is incredible, and that's a moment right there. That's a moment. Anyway, we've never pulled that card, so I'm super excited about that. Anyway, Cobra Bubbles into I'm Still Here, but that was a good Azure at Sea opening. And now, as promised, Ursula's Return. Because, as I alluded to earlier, there is a card that's up like, I think Super Goof is up like 100% in value, something like that. I think it was like $80 and now it's $160. And yes, even for the collector non-game player like myself, or like immature game player like myself, yes, even I am aware of like why that card has spiked in price. But I mean, obviously super cool to see. Nothing that like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, it just gives us a chance to like have content in the form of Ursula's Return. But it is cool to see. I will say, again, not specific financial advice, more like wink, wink, nudge, nudge advice. If you do have super goofs, and like more than one, or you were contemplating selling, you know, this is what you call a peak. I wouldn't say the peak, but there are peaks and valleys. This is peak season for that card. If you want to, like, you don't have to. Keep that thing forever, like me. And then you'll just be surrounded by expensive cardboard. How sweet will that be, right? But no, for real though, if you do think you want to sell that card, like now, I mean, like, you know, decent exit point, right? I mean, it's like, you know, but some people don't, and I always like to just call that out and, you know, just talk about those things because they are important. And we do pride ourselves on being not just a pack opening channel. I understand that y'all love to go with me on my journey of torching disposable income to pull cards that remind me of my nostalgia and make me very happy and make me smile, like the Simba that we just pulled. So that was worth it. Like that was worth it. But we are also a collecting and investing channel as well. Like, at least investing in the sense of like, you know, using that side of the brain, right? Like, we have fun with that. So anyway, as I've been talking, haven't pulled much, but that's okay. That's seriously, that's all right. It was just a good excuse to open some Ursula's Return, and I like randomly had some. Seriously, randomly had some, and I was like, this is like the opportunity to open it up today. So we're gonna do it, and we're gonna have fun doing it. And if I recall, the last time we opened this together, I'm pretty sure we pulled Diablo. Ooh, Pete, super, that was nice. Pretty sure we pulled Diablo, which is really nice. Let's see if we can pull that card again, because at this point I would take that. Anyway, last pack of Ursula's Return, and then we are going to show off some expensive cardboard. Or at least more expensive than we've seen so far. Pretty excited about it. Excited for you to see it. Excited to chat about some things with y'all. With not just these cards, but other things that I've been thinking. Ooh, we don't talk about Bruno. I like that card. Mulan. Ratios. I'm pretty sure. I'll be honest with you. I have not looked up this card in a minute. So like, I'm not going to pretend like I know where I'm at with this card. But I always get love or laughing in the comments when I guess at it. So I'll say like $3. I could be dead wrong. Like I could just be so far off. Li Shang. But I always like to be like, oh, it's around this price, that price, this price. You know, the times that I get it right, it really does make me feel better about my life. It makes me feel like I'm in touch with the market. And then there's some times where the card spikes or something like that. Like, I'll be honest, if I ever missed a card like Super Goof or something like, oh, well, you know, $80 card, it's $160. That would be very embarrassing. I'm sure I'm setting myself up for that in the future, but no big deal there. Anyway, rambling done. Moving on to a couple of fun pickups that I did want to at least flash quickly on the channel. The first one, I'm a big Easter egg guy. Big Easter egg guy, big like Marvel guy, big, you know, I love little clues, things like that. Big fan of all that jazz. If you did watch the last video, pretty sure it was the last video. Yeah, it was the last video. I did give an Easter egg at the end of that video, and for those of you who stayed around and watched the end of that video, you will know what card is coming here, and it is going to be, of course, the Mickey Trumpeter. This card is significant. I do like, this is actually a very important card for my collection because this card puts me 2 away from completing Inklands. One of them, of course, you know, which is Along Came Zeus. Shout out someone in the comments. I believe it was you. I believe it was you and your son. I think. If I get that wrong, I'm so sorry. I try to read and respond to a lot of comments, but I think that they said that their first ever. You're gonna know who you're talking about when I call you out here. Shout out you. I think you said you pulled your first ever enchanted the other day, and it was Along Came Zeus. For the first 2 seconds of that, my gut was like, oh, I can't believe they pulled that card. I want that card so bad. But then I immediately said, like, that is an amazing story. Like, I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. I'm very jealous, but all love to you. Big congratulations. So, big congrats on that, and that lets me know that it is possible to pull. So I feel good about that. The second card that I did pick up, and honestly, I don't know why I picked it up. I just got it at a good deal, was Cusco's Palace. That will be pretty indicative based on the conversation we're going to have with these next cards, but at least wanted to at least flash it. Like when we buy new shiny cardboard, we like to show it. I mean, it's like, that's like, what else is the point if not to share it and be like, hey, like, you know, it's fun, right? Anyway, now to the main event. And obviously, if you noticed, how could you not? The thumbnail, like, that kind of talks about, like, you know, what this episode might be about. You're kind of saving things until the end and, you know, talking about like the different promos and stuff like that. So first of all, let's at least show these pickups because I am super excited to have them. I think the artwork is absolutely phenomenal on both of them, from Cusco's Palace into Cusco Temperamental Emperor. To be honest, like I'll probably end up putting these both in one touches, both the Cusco and of course the Baymax here, Armored Companion. I'll probably end up putting both of these in one touches at some point, but at the same time, I also I feel like I catch kind of a like it's first world problems, but it's very difficult with the one touch with like the glare. But like with the enchanted foiling, it kind of helps it out a little bit. So, but with these, they don't have the foiling, right? So like I felt like you might just catch a glare, and I want these to be in all of their glory before we kind of start talking about a couple of things here. The one big thing I would say with these cards, and just really what I've been seeing with Lorcana in general, that I at least wanted to call out, and this is what makes this episode just a little bit different. Gotten away from the talking head stuff recently, if I'm being honest with you, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I mean, like when there is something to kind of chat about, we will. We don't force it. We're here to just kind of hang out, have some fun, open some packs, talk about what's going on in the collector's world of Lorcana and all that good stuff. So obviously, like, super like happy to be able to be at least one outlet for that, for all of you who, you know, who are into that kind of thing. But I gotta tell you, the more I've thought about this, the more I really have thought, like, look, first of all, with these two cards, if you want to pick these cards up, like I always say, like, really from a price standpoint, like, of course, yes, like when you'll get your like super goof type things where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that like now would not be a bad time to, you know, it's a peak, right? It's definitely a peak. There'll be others, you know, but like that, it is a good time to maybe think about it with that card. But really, like, even with that card and other cards, it's like, look, if it makes you happy and you're happy to have it in your collection, go get it. Like that, like that's always my advice. Always. But I do think there's another layer that I'm kind of realizing with some of these tournament cards. And to be honest with you, I'm sure that I'm not the first person to talk about this on YouTube. Like, I try to watch as much Lorcana content as I can, but there are some great creators out there doing great things, and super happy, you know, to be able to know that I have those resources and I can subscribe and, you know, follow those people's journeys. So super lucky for that. But I you know, obviously there's only so many hours in the day. So again, not saying I'm breaking new ground with this, but what I will say, the more I've thought about this, is especially where we're at in other TCGs. I'll just leave it at that. Other TCGs. I'm not going to call certain ones out, but where we are in other TCGs, certain challenges in others, and I do say others plural. You know, like, of course, like everything goes through its ups and downs, whether it's from a collecting standpoint, game playing standpoint, but we're at a very interesting time here with Lorcana with these tournament promos where, I mean, the more I thought about it, like, let's say I was a game player. I'm not saying I am, but if I was, and I was a good one, I mean, I have the ability, if I want to go and, you know, place at a, you know, set championship, pick up that cool promo that, you know, obviously we've gone down from Rockstar Stitch levels into, you know, more realistic levels, $50 Scar promos and stuff like that, which is still very cool. And then potentially sign up and, you know, go to DLCs, grab something like the Dragonfire promo, also very cool. But then you start getting a little bit more serious. You start getting to that next step. You start getting to that step of like, okay, I finished top 64, got a Cinderella, top 32, got a Rapunzel. I think that card right now is the $3,000, something like that. The Matte, I can only imagine, has to be in that realm, maybe a little bit more. The Golden Mickey, I mean, to be honest with you, like, this is probably really bad that I didn't look these up, but the last time the last price point I saw on that was like maybe mid-high teens, 15, 16, 17 grand, somewhere in there. Obviously, like, wide gap, but in the broad range of things, like very, very, very valuable cards. And then you even start going into Continentals. You start looking at, at cards like the Cusco, the Baymax. But I mean, even Invited to the Ball. I mean, even that card, the holo foil, that's like $2,000 right now, I think. At least last I checked. So again, sorry if I'm wrong on some of these prices, but the point that I'm making is that from a tournament perspective, there's a lot of money in Lorcana right now. And if you, I guess I should say, as things shake out, as we start to realize like the data and deck building and who being able to team up and things like that, like look, I think that there's a huge opportunity from a competitive standpoint in Lorcana right now. It'll be very interesting to see year 2 and how they go about things. I'm sure Worlds will be wild. I'm sure there'll be even more things that you can win and throwing out cool stuff like that. I have no doubt. But and I think it is a little unrealistic to be like, oh, I'm just gonna become a competitive Lorcana player, go to Worlds, stuff like that. But what I would call out though is like, if you do it the right way, like it is one heck of a ride, and it's one really fun, really nostalgic, great way to like go in, have some fun, and and just be able to potentially be able to make some money to be able to either resell or add really amazing cards to your collection. So a little bit different, like I said, but at least wanted to like bring these cards up, talk about them for a minute, and let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. But super excited to add these cards to my collection, as well as the Cusco and the Mickey, and be on the lookout for Sunday when we open up more great stuff and do another fun giveaway. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit us up in Discord, links down in the description for that. We talk about all sorts of TCGs, not just Lorcana. Excited to keep the conversation going with you in there. And until next time, we're eternally grateful for you all, and we'll see you all on the other side. Peace out.